okay, so I don't know if it's like a sensitive topic to guys or what, but like when it
We
comes
don't
to
care.
committing to the next level, so does a woman have to be like in her feminine energy and like just sit back and let it happen, or like does she have to like verbalize, okay, this is what I want down the line? Does she have to say it early? Like, what is she like?
Are we talking marriage or next step of dating?
Like
Like, are
anything?
we talking about from the friends to the, because it's two different things, from friends to dating, to from dating to engagement. There's a certain there's a certain difference in it. There's one to me. There's one specific difference to it, right?
What's the difference?
I got to hear this too.
From what I've seen, you have men and women will start to date, right? And then they will have, when they're dating, it's never exclusive to start. It's always, you have a few dates, right? You might be dating a few women, you might be dating, and to correctly use the word dating and not the 2020 version of dating where the thing, it's actually like going on dates, right?
No.
Yeah.
You're doing that until you start to wean off the ones that you don't want, right? Okay. It usually naturally happens that the two people that are actually going to date, you notice that you start only hanging out with that one person more often, right? So it more organically goes into you guys coming together, right? Going from dating to engagement is usually like there's conversations going into it. Like somebody might hint at, oh yeah, like, like I do want to get married in the future, right? That doesn't mean that they're going to get married right then and there. It's like, I do want to have, it's when they start having those real discussions about like family and stuff like that, and the connection starts to build even more, right?
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah. Like, necessarily in that situation.
I got you.
It is a conversation that has to kind of be. Me personally, I think it's. I mean, something you kind of communicate. You kind of put it out there. Let it be known. Like, I mean, this is your expectations from the situation. Either A, we are just friends and maybe we get together and do a little thing here and there, or B, this is gonna be us, and then later down the line, if that's possible, marriage and all that. But you kind of have to put, like, me personally, is like, yeah, put it out there, like, because I don't know what you're thinking. I could be thinking one thing and then the girl be thinking of something completely different, and yeah, that makes for an ugly situation.
And without that conversation, that causes the biggest explosion when it comes to a relationship. For example, like if you guys don't have that open conversation, and the woman goes in there expecting, this is the person I'm going to build a family with, right? And like a year and a half down the line, the guy goes, I don't ever want kids.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Now you're looking at this, like, it's when you're in the dating stage, you're supposed to know exactly where you guys are working towards. Like once you guys officially like decide that you guys are gonna try to see how it is, in the earlier stages, you want to know that your compatibility is leading towards the same type of stuff. You don't want that bombshell to happen a year and a half down the line, because now you're way more emotionally invested. Some people have already moved in together. Until now you're looking at, oh, I live with this person. I'm emotionally connected with this person. I thought we were moving towards this because we all agreed that this was the situation. In my head, this is the picture that I had for us. And then you might say, I never want to get married, or I never want to have kids. Now you're putting me in a position where I got to awkwardly, as the individual that's taking this news, have to think about it. Do I still want to stay in this situation? Am I comfortable enough with being in this situation, knowing that this is where I wanted to be, and this is where that person said that they are, and are we actually going to continue this? Or do I have to call it an end? Is there any convincing? And sometimes people are hardline in it where it's absolutely not. I'd rather get 2 dogs than have children. And then you're like, well, dogs aren't kids. Like, that's not what I wanted to raise. Like,
motherfucker, I'm allergic to dogs. What you doing?
People change their minds over time as well. Like,
yeah, for sure. Situations change. Yeah.
But at the same time, if that's out there, like you guys have already discussed it, that at least is allows for the situation for at least both people in the relationship to kind of figure out, all right, do I want to stick it out with this, or do I want to find something else? And then at least that way you can kind of figure out what to do, and nobody's wasting the time. At the end of the day, let's be real. We barely have time as it is. The last thing you want to do is waste your time in a dead relationship.
and go on lockdowns with somebody that you don't want to be
yeah.
around.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oof.
Oh god.
And I mean, just to go back to what you're saying, like there is no cookie cutter question and answer. There's no magic words for a woman to say to gauge whether her man is ready to propose to her or to get the man to propose to her. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's literal. It's just not the way that movies and TV and shit has shown us it to be. It's not. You literally got to ask a man, so yo, when you gonna put a ring on me? Like, and he's gonna be like, I don't know, and that's gonna be a joke, but that's gonna kick him into high gear. He's going to think about it now. Most women just have to say that to get him to start thinking, to get him on the track of, all right, so this is something I should probably start thinking about now. She might not be like the answer that comes back, like, nah, I'm a actually get married to my side piece. Bye. That could happen. That is a plausible scenario, but
or you get hit with I don't believe in marriage.
yeah. But either way,
Yo, it's just a contract amongst people.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't want the government to know that.
Your
like
word.
that.
Yeah.
I love doesn't have to be
I thought this
validated by the
paperwork.
man.
Why do we gotta have paperwork? You try to put this on paper? What is this?
Our love is more than all that.
Exactly.
Like I'm showing you every day I love you.
Yeah.
I don't need to let the government know all that.
Yo, ma, they don't need to be all in our business. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, yeah, you like.
But what I will also say is, because I wanted to end that now because we could keep going for like 20 minutes on that. So I was like,
1000%. I'm already calling method man in my head.
I was about to start clapping after every word.
but what I will say is I've seen like scenarios where the guy was prepping to propose to their significant other, right? And the girl had in her mind, by this year we were supposed to be engaged, and that time passed. And so she's starting to think, hey, if I'm giving this person by this year, and if that doesn't happen by the end of this year, I'm out because I don't see a future with us. But I'm like, you guys are already doing everything that a married couple are already doing. The only difference is you're not getting validated by the ring, right? And in her mindset, she was fully content on leaving. She was like, I can't see a future if I don't see a ring. So sometimes the problem doesn't even fall on when it needs to take the next step. It's don't let the ring and the marriage ceremony predict how the relationship is, right? Because if you're already doing everything that a married couple is supposed to do, sometimes it's just the guy may not be able to afford the right ring that they really wanted to get you. Yes. Sometimes it's just a thing where it's like the guy in their mind might be like, I'd rather buy us a house or put a down payment on a house, a deposit on a house, than to buy you the ring, right?
Real quick though, let's be honest. That's an excuse that a lot of men use.
Yeah.
That is an excuse that a lot of men use to get the fuck out of there. I'm just painting the whole picture because this isn't our normal audience, right? So I'm just putting the picture out there. Like any women that are listening to this being like, yeah, maybe he just wants to get in more. Boo boo, maybe not. I don't know your man. That might not be the case. So
it's a subjective thing, right?
Yeah. The common factor is a conversation between two adults needs to happen,
and not a conversation between you and your girl. It's not you going to your girl saying, "Man, if this dude doesn't put a ring on my finger by this time, then I'm out."
Yeah,
all right. But the dude doesn't know that. All right, cool. So
two people in a relationship need to have it, and I mean that conversation could go a wrong way if you're both not mature, you're both not where you want to be, and you both don't have confidence in the relationship, right? Yeah. So there's a ton of variables, and at the end of the day, relationships are exactly the way that I see like TV shows. Every single TV show that you've ever watched, every single thing in that TV show can be solved by two things: kill the person doing the bad shit, or everybody just tell the truth. Every show you've ever watched, those are the two things to solve the problem: kill somebody or tell the truth. In real life, you can't kill everybody, so just fucking tell the truth all the time.
True.
Most of your life is fine if you tell the truth. If you're comfortable with your own flaws and you tell the truth, it's fine.
But I will say that Family Matters messed up everything for everybody, because Laura didn't want to date Urkel until Urkel turned to Urkel. And then when he turned to Urkel and he was super cool and super smooth, she didn't want Urkel. She wanted to go back to Urkel. Like
two problems there. Two problems there. Women love to fix their man. Always. Women love to fix.
Shout out to Myra, Elmira, for sticking with Urkel the whole time. You know what I mean? She's a real one. Rest in peace.
Yeah. And then there's also
died.
Yeah.
She had cancer way back. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah, rest in peace.
So women love to change their man, and then also women love to be like, all right, I'm finished with the Build-A-Bear, it's done, and it's still not what I want. All right, man, like fix up or get the fuck out. Like, I mean, again,
hey, Chris, can I ask you a question?
Like that, but...
Chris, I'm gonna ask you a question because you're asking us from the male point of view, so I'm gonna ask you a quick thing from a woman point of view.
Okay.
How come?
I didn't know we could ask questions. I got tons. But go on,
how come I don't think we're allowed to, but I just decided to. You know what I mean? Just,
yeah.
Okay, so how come there's at times women will make all the changes to their man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once the man starts getting a lot more attention off of the changes that they made,
they get mad.
They get mad about that.
They get dumb mad.
Like you can't spruce up and glow up a dull piece of rock into a diamond and then put him out there and expect that other people aren't going to pay attention to that diamond. You know what I mean? Like,
shout out to the person who told me I should buy this shirt. But anyway, go on.
I'm trying to think, like, okay, when's the last time I tried to change a guy? Like, to improve himself, like the way he dresses, or what is it?
Time out. Are you improving the guy the guy that you're dating? Are you improving him so that he can be better, or so that he can be better standing next to you?
Okay, I'm thinking about, like, I'm not going to touch down on like my relationship right now, but like
yeah. Just in general. I'm treating you as every woman now. So like the fate of your entire sex lands on your shoulders. So
no pressure.
No pressure at all.
No pressure.
Yo, why don't we have I'm Every Woman playing in the background right now? That's crazy.
Oh, we haven't done the editing yet. It has been playing.
Cool.
I'm trying to think. Okay, the last time that I can think of, like, you know, trying to improve a guy, the way he dresses and stuff like that. Like, he literally dressed like a little boy, you know? Like, he wore graphic tees and stuff like that, like, which is not a problem, but...
That's lit.
I mean, but he asked,
I feel like that is a problem. You said it like it was a bit of a problem.
Was this 02?
No, I'm not gonna say the year. Later. But no, he did ask me like how I felt about his outfit. So I'm just like, oh, like that looks good, you know, but like in this scenario, but like, do you want to know like what I think that you could, you know what I mean?
That looks good when you're with your little friends. Why don't you go back in there and go fix up?
No, but I mean, okay, so are we talking about like just dressing or anything deeper?
Just general making him better.
Let's say the appearance. So dressing, maybe how they carry themselves, stylistic, all that stuff.
How often they answer their phone when you blow it up?
Nah,
the funny thing
that's too deep.
The funny thing is, like, I only called the guy, I think, once when we were together.
Hypothetically.
Like, no, literally, like one time. He was always the one to initiate. Except for this one time, everybody, because he always called me. He called me all the freaking time. So, like, so then this one time, like, all of his, let's say his friends that were around him at that time, then all their wives were calling them at the same time. And I'm like, I don't want him to feel left out. So I called him, but I was in the next room. And I'm like, hey. But yeah, I think that's the one I can really think of that I tried to like change in a sense.
All I know is that Chris was saying that she was tired of looking at Bugs Bunny t-shirts and told that man, yo, you gotta go blow up.
I feel
this isn't even really Warner Brothers. Fuck out of here.
You know those Wonderland's airspray t-shirts that everyone used to have?
Oh God, those were awful.
I thought she was talking about like the Ed Hardy joints with all the bedazzling and all that shit.
Oh, the tap out tees?
She didn't tell us the year, so I'm just going back to the Wonderland years. So.
I'm not going to talk about what years specify who I'm talking about. And
All right, so he had a Marvin the Martian T-shirt. We got it. Okay.
With a pinky ring and all that.
That, like,
You know
dude,
which one that is.
his shoes were like it's not even that they were like, old or anything like that. It's just okay, if you're wearing like Doc Martens that are not boots, those like low cut Doc Martens.
Yeah, yeah.
He would wear those with shorts.
Oh, so he just didn't know how to dress.
At all. And I liked him,
Ooh,
the version of him that he presented to me anyway.
Wait, hold on. I have a question then. So when he presented himself to you initially, was he kind of fashion forward?
No, not at all. But it was his personality, his sense of humor that, he like that was the in after the age of 25, that was the one time I went straight for like personality and that's it, not just like a good-looking guy that, you know what I mean? Like I went just strictly for personality, and people are like, why are you dating him? Like, I mean, my friends were very nice, so they didn't tell me until afterwards.
I know one of them. I can already picture what she said.
But yeah, it was like after the fact, just like, why did you date him? I mean, look at him. I'm like, I went for his personality. Like,
that's a very good impression of her too, by the way. That's exactly what you would have said.
I'm saying.
Why did you date him? Exactly like that.
She wasn't the only one that said that, though.
I know, but I can already picture how she said.
Well, she said it in a more PC way.
Yo, listen, women's girlfriends are fucking like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are very judgmental.
That is like the first person I want to get on my team. Like a girl can kind of like me, but I need her friend to put me at the top of her friends list.
You gotta get good at her. We gotta get good with either a female best friend or a gay best friend, because she's gonna have one or two. If you get good with one or the other, you just
gotta get good with her best friend. Yeah. If you're not good with her best friend,
identify who that is first and foremost. Yeah. And that's what I've done over the last couple of years. Is like I always identify, okay, who's the best friend, and I'm like, all right, let me get good with you, and then.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot we're not the not so soft. So
I'll do the noise for you. It's fine.
All right. Kino, it's not that hard for you. It's the one that looks like the one you're already talking to.
Get out. No, get out.
Same last name and everything.
Pack your shit and go. Yeah.
So Johnny Walker night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Relationships are weird.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
But when you find that person, like, and that's the worst part. Like when you find the person and you find the right person and you're dating them, it's still hard work. I don't know why everybody says when you find the right person, it's not work at all. Those people are lying.
It's a lie.
It's true.
Fucking liars.
No, because you don't got to deal with it. They don't got to deal with them on a regular basis. It's different when you're like seeing each other every other day or every day. It's like, listen, that grates on you after a while.
And not only that, but what's tough is like when you're in a relationship and you're in a relationship and you're in a routine. And of course, you have to break up the monotony of the routine and shit like that. But the problem is when you decide to break that up with new couples ideas, with people that are just seeing each other for a while, that's where it gets all fucked up. Because it's like, oh yeah, we have sex 4 times a day. Like, fam, what are you talking about? Somebody gotta clean, somebody gotta cook, we both gotta work. The fuck is you talking about? Nobody's doing all that.
And that's all well and good in the beginning of the relationship. After a while, you're like, yo, come on.
Yeah. Really? After a while, like, my dick is not gonna be hard and we have to have a conversation. Like, we actually have to have a conversation.
And the swing isn't gonna be the thing to solve it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The swing or the kitchen table. Neither or is going to fix this.
Yeah. And in real relationships, somebody has to pack up the swing and somebody has to clean the kitchen table. Real relationships, people in real relationships, they think about that before they decide to get all freaky deaky on the fucking kitchen table.
Oh, it's not rock, paper, scissors?
No. Sometimes, it depends. If cleaning up after sex falls under your duty list, but the kitchen falls under her duty list, who's got to do that?
Can you picture having a duty list and one of the things you got to do is, clean up after sex?
Who's going to clean her toys?
Who? Wait, that was
Shout out to all the couples out there. Make sure to get the massage candles. I keep telling everybody about it. I promote the hell out of that. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'll say. I'll say the hardest. I was talking to this one girl one time, and everything was cool, right? Like I was like, all right, if I was gonna really like talk to one girl at this point, it would have been her. Now the problem was our music selections were completely off, and I can't date a girl that can't appreciate R&B. I'll tell you that straight up. Like
Which
it is, huh?
Which he listened to.
Well, she was like, she was like everything, but didn't really appreciate R&B. Like I'm R&B first, and then hip hop and everything else after that. Like if you can't appreciate like My by Johnny Gill, if you can't appreciate like Genuine So Anxious, all that type of music, I can't mess with you, man. It's a straight up thing, man. I got a 5-hour playlist on Spotify. If you can't listen to 20 minutes of it, we're done. Like it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with Naps. Like that is a bit of a deal breaker for me too. It's like, yo, you have like you don't have to listen necessarily to what I like, but you have to have a good taste in music. And if you don't, it's like, that kills
Like
me.
if the girl that Kino's talking to doesn't come out like this, like
or this,
yeah,
yeah,
or talk like this. Sorry, yeah,
it don't work. Like,
yeah,
you
you
know
catch
what I
those
mean?
hands, man.
Yeah,
Kino's gonna get really tight if you don't know all the words to protect your neck.
If Kino walks in the room and goes, "Allow me to reintroduce myself," and she doesn't say,
"My name's Hope," she gotta go.
She gotta
there
go.
will be
like,
no encore.
No, there will none whatsoever. That is not a PSA. That is a real fact.
Doom doom all over the place. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a definite. I don't think that's a deal breaker for me, but I think I can see why it would be, because that is that's a part of conversation. Like finding a mutual love of music, or a love of just finding a mutual love of something, and music is so universal that if you can't connect on that, it's gonna be really tough.
And again, yeah.
And for me, like I've done the test for like what my love language is and all that stuff, and trying to figure out exactly like who I would connect with the best. Of course. So like,
wait, hold on, Kino, you haven't?
No.
Kino's not trying to date. I realize. I understand that for the first time.
I have an idea what it is, but go ahead.
It's not Tim's.
You need to say it right. It's not Butters. You gotta say like he didn't even understand what you said. He thought you were talking about donuts.
My fault.
I was thinking donut.
My fault.
See?
Yeah. Maybe it's lugs. Maybe.
My bad. It's a Calgary. It's a Calgary.
It's all good.
Changing me. You know what I mean? But mine is quality time. So, but for me, for quality time, we gotta be able to like drive around and just listen to music, or sit in the house, listen to music, and have conversation. Now, if one moment, let's say a New Edition comes on, right? The next song better not be Sum 41. We ain't vibe, like that's just gonna mess up my quality time. I'm out. like I don't care. Like I'm walking out the door. Like that's the way how it works for me. Like once the mood has to be the mood, you know what I mean? So
yeah, there's got to be a transition into if Sum 41's even. I don't know. No offense to anybody that listens to that, but if there's got to be a transition in the playlist, like to that, or like, can you imagine like you're listening to like Genuine So Anxious, and then
Nickelback comes on. She's out the house.
Or like Bring Me the Horizon, or something like, like heavier, like something like, it's just too much of a contrast there.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you put your phone on shuffle, on your music on shuffle. So I gotta trust my music being on shuffle and your music being on shuffle. We both can't have, like, I can't be the one to always like in the car be like, yo, my Bluetooth is playing, like my phone's playing, yours isn't. You know what I mean? Like I gotta be able to trust your music selection, because it's just the way how it is.
No, for real, that is actually a real thing. It's like I gotta be able to trust your music selection, because that is the one thing I will do in my car. I'm willing to make like, and these guys can tell you, the only people I allow concessions in my car is women. You dudes, fuck out of here. You guys will figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
I wear earbuds in this car.
Exactly.
I get no say.
We're gonna listen to what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
I just take the bus.
I'll meet y'all there. Go ahead.
Yeah. When the party's done, I'll just be pulling up. We're all good.
I'm hopping the Uber. Don't worry.